Welcome back to No Budget DIY, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to videos. We're working on 3 series kits right now. We're working on the Dime Bag Daryl kit. We're working on this GuitarKitWorld kit, Hollow Body kit, and we're also working on the Silverburst Explorer. Today I want to work on this Hollow Body kit. I've got it all masked up again, so I can shoot some black on it. I have masked up the binding again, and I tell you, most people, I shouldn't say most people, some people prefer to just not mask it and in the end scrape the binding and be done with it. I'm going to go ahead and mask it again, and this is my least fun part of any of the builds at all. I mean, I don't mind sanding. Most people hate sanding. I'll use my drum sander until the sandpaper is gone. I love that sander. Again, I don't mind sanding, but masking, I hate it. And the other thing is I can't see, so I have to put the damn visor on just so I can see if I'm getting close to the line. This may or may not turn out the way I want it, and I may wind up having to scrape the binding in the end after all. After I finish it, which is what I suspect is going to happen. Anyway, we're going to get some more coats of black on this. I'm going to take it easy, and we'll let it dry in between the coats, and then I'll bring the guitar back in, and we'll unmask it and see what it looks like. And at that point, then we'll determine whether we could, if we need to sand the black, or if we can add some clear and then sand that back without having to mask everything out. Okay, I'll bring it back in just a few. Once again, thanks for stopping by. This is the GuitarKitWorld Hollow Body. I believe it's part 4, and we're gonna get this thing going. This is probably the closest of all the kits to being able to start putting on the hardware. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. I put on a few coats of black, let it dry, put a few more coats of black on it, and now we're gonna go ahead and unmask this and see what the binding looks like. And again, it's not my greatest concern. I just want to make sure I get some black on here. So I'm going to just go ahead and peel back the masking paper. And this is always a mess. And I always wind up having masking paper lying everywhere. Okay, so let me just get this masking paper off of here. And then, after we get the masking paper off, we'll take off that little piece of masking tape, which makes the binding look green, which the other half said, wow, that looks pretty cool. Why don't you just leave it green? And if I was doing it myself, I might just do that, but as it's already got white binding on it, I'm not going to redo the binding. Okay, so now we're to the point where we're going to take off the little masking tape here, and again, it didn't cover all the way. I see some seep through of black, but that's okay. Overall, it looks pretty damn good. Okay, let's get this off here. We got a little bit right here too. I'll get that from the other side. A little bit of tape here on the body. And turn it over. You can see we got a lot of black on here. Okay, so I'm gonna find a spot here, hopefully, where this tape is coming off, which I did find a spot. I'll just tear it here. And on the back, I didn't expect that I wouldn't have to trim the binding or scrape the binding on the back, because it's one little bitty tiny piece of binding, and there's no way you can mask that up efficiently or to be able to do it. But this is looking pretty good. We think we let it dry good enough this time, and and I don't see a lot of tape residue on the binding, which I would expect to not since I sprayed clear over it. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. You can see the how the binding looks. Again, I'm going to go ahead and one more time unmask the fretboard here. And I had to order some more of the orange masking tape, so I wound up having to use this fret tape. This brown fret tape, if you've ever used it, it is so sticky. I wouldn't even, not frets, binding tape. And I wouldn't even put it on my guitar if I was doing binding. It is just too tacky, too sticky. And again, it left a lot of tape residue in just a couple hours on the fretboard here. So just get this tape off here. And that looks, all in all, it still looks pretty amazing. I love the gradients fade going from the yellow to the blue with the green in the middle. That came out really well. These get the glue off of these frets, that's okay. But again, the black looks it looks pretty good this time. I still see some grain, but that's only because it's not been sanded yet. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and sand a little bit on this. And I'm not going to use anything more than 1000 grit on here because I really don't want to take the black off. I just want to see if I can smooth it down a little bit before I scrape the binding and spray some clear on it. And then again, technically, other than clear coating, the finish is done on this. So we'll sand it down, we'll get it smooth, we'll layer some clear on here, and basically it will be ready to assemble. So this one's moving along quite well. Again, I'm not going to do a fret job. I'm going to put this together just like it was out of the box. So I will clean those frets off though that got the glue on them. Again, this is just a beautiful gradient here, the fade from the yellow to blue. And again, I thought the grain was ugly until I did this with it, and it turned out looking pretty damn good. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. I may come back and shoot what it looks like after I sand the black a little bit and put some clear on it. But in the meantime, this is No Budget DIY. If you like what we're doing, please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll get back to work on this hollow body. Like I said, I'm really pleased with it. I think if the flamed maple was better, it had a better pattern on it, it would look better. Some of the edges are a little bit not taking the stain, but again, it is what it is, and for a couple $100, it's pretty damn nice. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and this is No Budget DIY. Hey, okay, well, we didn't end the video. Welcome back. I did go out and sand it with 1200 grit, both the neck, the headstock, and the back. And I didn't touch the sides at this point, but I did rescrape the binding, and I mean, it looks pretty good. Not bad at all. It still has a little bit of a black run down in it, which I expected and I saw. I also didn't scrape the the binding on the fretboard of the neck yet. I'll do that. But once again, I want to get a little bit more clear on here and cut it back again so I can start getting rid of the rest of the grain here. As you can see, most of the grain now is almost gone because it's filling in as I'm sanding it back. It's coming out great. At this rate, like I said, the front is finished. It just needs more clear on it and sanding, and the back needs more clear now and sanding, and make sure we keep the binding clear, clean anyway. Had a little teeny bit of a run down in there from where the black ran down a little bit when the clear got on it. So I expected that. I expected way more of it than I actually got. And again, so this is the GuitarKitWorld Hollow Body. Beautiful fade on it, nice gradient on it. Really like it. Went from the yellow down to the blue, and it made the green in the middle. It just looks really superb. Okay, really love it. I don't know if we'll show the back or the front, but we'll see you guys on the next one. This is No Budget DIY. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.